This is the limestone lowdown. Hear the sound when you lie to the issues all around. From every corner, let's make it clear. The change we need is starting here.
Hi everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Limestone Lowdown. Today we're going to talk about the July 14th, 2025 City Council meeting.
Yep, we went right into it. There was actually quite a few things on there, like 15 or 16. There was only a few things on the consent calendar. Resolution to approve retail and wine alcohol license. I think that was just like a gas station.
Change of ownership, yeah. Pretty common.
This next one was a resolution to set a public hearing for the rezoning for September 8th to consider the request of 33.4 acres of property located south of Roy Long, wanting to change that from light industrial district to high density single family. So we all know what they're wanting to rezone that to.
50 foot houses stacked on top of each other, left and right.
No, it's apartments. I think it's
okay.
That was one of the things when I talked to Kelly. That's what she thinks. Either way, I mean, it's.
Well, you actually got up and asked about it.
I did. Well, mainly because Roy Long is one of the main cut throughs that we specifically use going like to Huntsville, like working in Huntsville, and not just me, but that's high traffic. And I got up and asked if there was a plan in place concerning the traffic at Roy Long, and about utilities.
Traffic? We don't have any traffic problems. How long does it take you to get to the Arsenal, by the way?
Well, thank goodness I go Roy Long, so it cuts off some time, but...
well, not anymore with all this going in there.
Well, yeah, because if they start doing any of that, I mean, the actual construction of the houses won't, but when they actually
you could go on down by the asphalt plant if you wanted to. If you want to see that every day.
Yeah, if I want to see or hear that.
But how long does it take you?
I mean, on a good day, it's probably about 45, 50 minutes, but if it hit any traffic, it's well over an hour.
Ooh, but
especially if you get on 72. Traffic on 72. That's a joke. Resolution to approve the purchase of a 2025 F-150, $44,746. Resolution to approve 2025 F-150. This was for the sanitation department. It's $43,000. Resolution to approve the purchase of a low-profile trailer from Wholesale Trailers. That's $17,325. That's for the electric department. Resolution to approve the purchase of 2 Dodge Ram 2500 crew cab pickup trucks. Price of $50,620 each. This expenditure includes the electric department's 26 capital expenditure budget. Resolution to approve a Kubota Z700 zero-turn mower for $13,250. That's also the street department. Resolution to approve the purchase of equipment and installation from Haynes Emergency Lighting for a police vehicle for $8,347.11. That is coming out of the police department's existing capital expenditure account. Resolution to declare a 2005 Ford F-350 and a 2007 F-150 and a 2001 F-350 as surplus property for the Water Services Department. Resolution to grant a special use permit to AT&T to co-locate and install equipment at 154 Elm Street. So that was the consent calendar. So then we went into our regular meetings that had to be voted on. We had travel expenses for Dana Henry and President Lucas.
$452.53 and Seibert $862.53.
And then we had resolution to approve.
Joanette Whitmire, Wayne Harper, that would be $507.45 and $546 to the ANGA annual conference. And Mr. Lucas, $958.38. Maybe his car uses more gas than the other ones. I don't know. Why his is like $400 more than the rest. What else? Oh, how about that? That's a good one about the sale of real estate property in North Athens Industrial Park. You see that?
What letter?
It's an ordinance. Maybe it's just on this one. So an ordinance talking about selling some real property in North Elm Industrial Park.
I was actually literally just looking at that. Yeah.
Okay.
The ordinance further amending a contract regarding the sale of real property in the North Elm Industrial Park.
There we go.
Next one is P, ordinance authorizing the lease of certain real property along Edgewood Road for agricultural use. So I didn't realize that we had stuff for
I didn't realize that the city of Athens is leasing stuff or leasing stuff out. Like we're in farming too.
It says, in 2024, the city of Athens purchased certain real property located on Edgewood Road in Limestone County and temporarily leased that land to Keith C. Harbin, the farmer who rented the land from the prior owner. The city desires to continue to temporarily lease that land for agricultural use until it's needed for other uses by the city. Such property contains approximately 62 acres of workable, non-irrigated cropland. It is expressly understood that such property is held to being discontinued at any time due to the city's need for the use of the property.
So I just had an idea. Is this for future annexation? We buy it, let the farmer still use it, and when the city decides they want to do something with it, then they kick the farmer. They're like, lease is done, we get to use it now.
Well, I would have thought they would have just already annexed it into the city. I mean, just so that they had it. I mean, so it says the city council finds that this property is considered for the lease of $100 per acre per year. Is a fair and adequate, especially considering that the lease will be subject to termination at any time.
It's saying the real property is not presently needed for public or municipal use. Interesting.
It's just interesting, yeah.
Well, hey, guys, why can't we do this kind of same thing with the annexation of Huntsville? You have farmers, hey, we'll buy your land, we'll lease it from you, and if we need to use it in the future, we will. If not, it's just business as normal. We could use this same principle.
Well, I think, too, though, that Huntsville, especially on the east side, since Huntsville has got so much, like, first right of refusal and so much, and I think that people almost need to be thinking, like, 10, 20 years down the road, we need to start thinking, like, south or west side, to be able to grow that. I think that people need to stop being like, oh, we got to stop Huntsville, we have to stop Huntsville, because the east, we're already doomed on the east. If you see, what was it, that map you were showing me where it literally, like, encroaches around the whole circle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And, like, there's going to come a
And that's the same thing they did to Madison, by the way.
Yeah. And they literally
They cut Madison off where they couldn't go anywhere else. And to us, it appears to be they're doing the same thing in Limestone County.
Well, I mean, you can see
the
on
tentacle is getting bigger
you can see
every
the map.
day.
There's literally 2 sections that don't connect that circle. And once those connect, inside that circle is not going to have any option. But if it ever gets annexed, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
They're not ever going to be able to. Anyways. A resolution to authorize the electric service director to accept the low bid of $2,007,795 from Virginia Transfer Corporation for 161-46K substation along a transformer for Athens Utilities Belmina Electric Substation. The cost expenses related to this resolution shall be paid for from the City of Athens 22 warrant fund. Resolution to authorize the electric services director to accept the low bid of $2,125,670 from Virginia Transformer. That's also for a Belmina substation. Resolution to approve a contract with Alta not to exceed $423,275 for design development construction. For the documents and construction administrative services for the full renovation of Swan Creek.
So that's
pending grant approval.
Pending grant approval. So
Yes.
that's the the new Swan Creek, the 16 pickleball courts, and the Makeaway field, all there at the Swan Creek.
Right. So, and then the next one is $215,155 for architectural services related to the Swan Creek Park, pending the grant approval. So, basically, they're approving this money to be held until the grant money comes in. Right? Is that the way you read that?
Yes, that's how I see it.
Okay. So that's roughly 40,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then how much was it that we were getting in grants? Did they submit for?
It's close to $1 million, wasn't it?
For Swan Creek?
I think so.
That's for is that for the Makeaway?
That's for all of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's for the Makeaway field.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Resolution to approve a contract with Alta not to exceed $55,000 to administer certain aspects of construction at the Sunrise Park on an on-call basis to fund from the proceeds. What is that for? Does that say in there?
It does not. It just says it would exactly what you said from the 2024 general obligations warrants.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Well, they're just on call if they need extra help or something.
Like overtime? Or
I
something?
don't know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously this company does something special
Yeah.
to administer certain aspects of construction at Sunrise Park. And let's talk about that for a second. Sunrise Park. We need something a little bit catchier than that. You know what I mean? I think we need to do like a contest. Let the kids get involved.
Oh,
Kind of like the Trash Panda.
Yeah. Come
You know, get the community involved. Like Sunrise Park. I mean, I hate to say that. That's just pretty vanilla and plain, and it's just.
Should do like a contest
Yeah.
for like the logo design.
The logo design and the naming of it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say mine first. Since Ronnie Martz has served this community for so long, my vote would be the Ronnie Martz Memorial Splash Pad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there first. So everybody else, get your ideas in, and let's make it a thing. I think that'd be good.
I think they should let the kids for sure design a logo, but
and a name, catchy name.
You've got all these people on here that love hearing you talk. They're gonna be so mad about you saying that.
What, that I claimed it first?
No, that you even said it. Because some people just can't help but listen.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We're literally just talking about city council meetings. Y'all can always come join us if you want to.
I know, it'd be fun.
So let's see. Resolution to allow the city engineer to amend an annual paving contract to include paving on Nick Davis for repairs near entrance of Whisper Woods and Henderson Estates, and the amount not to exceed $55,000. I wonder who's doing that paving, or are we doing that?
No,
Does
I don't
it
see
say
that.
anything?
I don't see that at all, actually.
Well, you don't have to have a
Funded by the gas tax.
You don't have to do
It's 55, so it has to be bid.
Yeah, no. So anything over 50, it has to be bid out. Anyways, resolution to allow the city engineer to apply the 2026 local road safety initiative for the amount of $80,000 with a 10% match of $8,000 funded by the gas tax fund for the location of Hine Street,
Sandifer Road, Elkton Road, and Edgewood Road.
What was that about?
What you were just talking about. That's part of the same thing.
Resolution to enter into a design agreement with Krebs Engineering for Phase 1 of the Strain Road Rehabilitation Project in an amount not to exceed $165,000 and to be funded from the ARPA grant via ADEM.
How many years have the people been waiting on that?
I know.
Goodness.
I know. Well, all that is the start the engineering process.
Well, it's to do the help with the flooding. It has nothing to do with the sewer yet, because they said they had to fix the flooding first
Well, this
before
isn't
you could do
even
the
fix
sewer.
the flooding. This is just the engineering design for it.
Correct.
Resolution approving formation of the North Alabama Public Energy District and to appoint Braxton Gwynn, Gas Services Director, as the City of Athens initial director on the board of directors for the new district once formed. And resolution to approve 4 smart level units from Smart Cover Systems in the amount of $24,732.65 to be funded from the Water Services FY25 operating budget. And that's all I got as far as agenda items.
So I'm got
go.
a resolution here that they're going to purchase a 5-ton HVAC unit for the Athens Activity Center. The unit is to be purchased from the Bobby Terry Company. Hard to stop a train, right?
It's always train.
Yeah, and it costs not seen $18,000 from the FY 2025 budget amendment.
I forgot that they did that because it was
an add-on because the
yeah.
air was going out. So then a couple people asked some questions.
Yeah, so we Justin, he got up and addressed the council, thanked them for attending the Gators recent district swim meet. That they had formed a committee to have a meeting with the mayor and is hopeful to provide information soon. So the swim team has had representation at every single city council meeting, trying to, push for this pool. And, they always seem hopeful. I mean, I'm hopeful too, but I don't know. It's going to be a big,
it doesn't seem like it's a priority, quite frankly.
I think it's really good campaign material.
Yes. Yes. We'll see. With the upcoming election, we'll see if that continues forward.
Yes. Bill Davis, he addressed the council regarding a 4-way stop at the intersection of Cloverleaf and Utah Street.
Now, this is where the bear was.
It will cause a problem.
Remember the bear mania a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I do. Miss Kim got up and addressed the council and thanked them for approving the HVAC unit for the activity center. Expressed her displeasure with the city website, stating that it is difficult to navigate. The north side of town should be kept better with more code enforcement. They're still not going to
say that again, girl.
Yeah, they're not ever going to do anything about anything north of the Methodist Church. They're not going to ever.
Once you get past Rose, is there anything?
Yeah, the Methodist Church.
Well, once you get past the Methodist Church, is there anything important that way?
No, the Methodist Church in City Hall.
Yeah, that's
the end
it.
Of it.
You just stop seeing anything.
Miss Janet they got up and talked about the security at the wellness center.
But then that has nothing to do with, because it's owned by the Huntsville Hospital. So
yeah,
and they said that basically like, we're sorry, but we can't do anything about that.
Yeah. So one thing that I got up and asked about was about Sunrise Park. So I think we've talked about this a few times. We moved here in 2020, and I think in 2021 it became on the horizon that like Sunrise Park was going to be built. And people were like so excited about it. It was like estimated about like $7 million. And they've somewhat started breaking ground on it, but they've not really done a whole lot.
They found bad dirt.
They found bad dirt.
That's their words, not mine.
And they've had to, and then the money just keeps going higher and higher. So my thing is like, how much is this park really going to cost us? Like, it's not just you're going to have water. You're going to have chemicals. You're going to have security,
grounds upkeep.
And here's the thing: it may not be. I mean, it may not be that much. Like I don't know, but if I'm getting forever budget item, and there was
you got up and asked that, and they stared at you blankly. They had no idea, which boggles my mind. It's kind of like if I'm building a house, I'm kind of going to generally know what the mortgage is going to be. You know what I mean? You have to plan. But I guess this just goes back to show you that, normal politician level government stuff, it's not our money. There's always plenty of money, so we don't have to worry about it. But we would have to worry about it with our household, within our budget. We would have to know what it was where we could budget appropriately.
Well, here's the thing. It's probably been discussed. Number one, that's, to me, the lack of transparency and the lack of accountability, or even the lack of knowledge. Someone has had to do some sort of estimating.
Well, I would hope.
Because number one, if they've not done that estimate, that's a problem.
Well,
that's
yes.
that's so I'm trying to at least give a little bit of credit and a little bit of grace that hopefully someone, if we're spending $17 million.
Well, all you had to say was, yes, we've factored that in. We don't have a total cost yet.
Yeah, I mean, he could
But-
literally just
but
say,
literally to say, we don't know.
right. And I mean, it kind of goes back to when I ask about the liquor store. Like, everybody knows the liquor store's going there, and he just was like, we don't know. And basically said, I'm not telling you. But then when he wants to go on all these interviews and brag about all these businesses that are coming here, and it's like, I think we're going to, maybe I just see a different version of him. I don't know.
The
But
Ronnie Marks versus the
gosh.
Ronnie Marks everybody else does.
But so that's my thing. That's where you can be transparent and accountable for the people that it's convenient for you. But surely to goodness has done some sort of estimate and budget for what our, expenses are going to be.
Well, not only that, but then you look at the existing parks, and they definitely need some major upkeep and some major repairs. So it's like you have the new child, the golden child, that's going to get all the attention. So are these parks that specifically like park benches, lights, etc., are they going to get even pushed down even further now?
Yeah.
So it's like, if we can't maintain what we got, why are we doing more on top of that? And then we don't know how much that's going to be. So how can we budget for the other stuff too? It's just a lot of questions.
Well,
and again, it could probably be some like simple answers, but it's like, just say that.
Right.
Yes,
Well,
we factored that in. I'm sorry I don't have that number in front of me, but that's a great question. I'll write it down and I'll get back to you
hey,
about
shoot
that.
me an email and I'll
Yeah.
respond to you.
Perfect.
Instead of just saying, no, we haven't done that.
Crickets.
Again, it's so disheartening when you get framed as almost like attacking these people. You ask basic questions. I mean, there's been a couple meetings where I've asked questions and like the mayor's been very friendly. I mean, I think he even called me Shug one time. Sometimes he's called me by name. Other times he won't even look in my direction. But anyways, another thing that I mentioned was because the pool conversation, it has been a huge topic during campaign season. I think this is the first city council meeting since like the open window, like application or whatever, and mayoral candidates have been at the swim meets. They've been talking about the need for a pool and things like that. And so we had a pool over at the wellness center, and my son actually used to swim over there in the wintertime, but they closed it. And at one point, I think that the county paid it for a year, and then
Correct.
it just, they asked the city, but I asked the mayor about it. He said that pool was irreparable and it wasn't able to be fixed. And then there was a pool over at at Swan Creek.
It used to be.
Yeah, and like 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
the council, I guess, approved to close it in or something like that.
And then, because that all came out during election season as well, that it wasn't closed down properly because it's part of the watershed, something, I don't remember. And that's how it ended up where it's at now. But they built it smaller or something, and, they were trying to make hay out of that, considering who was on the council then.
At the time, yeah.
But, all he had to do to retort was say, hey, you built the wellness center too small and could have put a pool in there at the time. So it's like, there's always you can always second guess and, what is it, armchair quarterback something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just like, just own it, guys. You know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah, and I mean, well, the pool is too small. I mean, but you just never realize like how fast an area is going to grow. You never realize how fast like a swim team is going to grow, how fast and schools are going to fill up. But anyways, so then lastly, we've got Mr. Tim. He, in the meeting minutes, it's so funny.
It's tell what it says in the meeting minutes.
Addressed the city council and read a statement of concern.
He's very concerned.
He stated that the citizens of
he's
Athens
a very concerned citizen.
deserve transparency from city government. So I'll just read his statement. He typed it up and handed it out. Hello, my name is Tim. I've been a resident of Athens for 3 years. I come before you today with no accusations, but with concerns. Concerns that many in the community share about the integrity of leadership and the proper use of city resources. As part of a FOIA request, I obtained call records from the city-provided cell phones. The data covers the mayor and several city officials, and it reveals a disproportionately high number of calls between the mayor and one city employee, the communications and grants manager, Ms. Holly Hallman. These calls often occurred after regular business hours, on weekends, and even during holidays. There are several texts and calls after 10 p.m. To put this into perspective, of the 461 calls made or received from the mayor's city-issued cell phone this year through May 21st, only 31 calls involved communication with other city officials. That raises concern about where the mayor's attention is focused, particularly at a time when many local issues need greater engagement and responsiveness. I'm also currently reviewing over 2,000 filtered text messages from the same device, which will be summarized and submitted when the review is complete. My research dates back to 2019, and so far the findings reflect a concerning pattern. I want to be clear that this is not about personal lives. This is about public responsibility. When taxpayer-funded resources are involved and when communication patterns suggest a distraction from official duties, it becomes a matter of public interest. I respectfully urge the council to take this matter seriously, investigate further, and ensure accountability. The citizens of Athens deserve leadership that is transparent, focused, and fully engaged in addressing our city's most pressing needs. Thank you, and I'm available for questions if you have any. FOIA request calls are in and out for the mayor's provided cell phone, and for Holly's, the chief hand and chief personal, the street department, and the sanitation. And so it is
broken down by times, isn't it?
Yeah.
During what would be considered office hours, and I think it's broken down from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. would be.
No, it's just all. So the way that I'm looking at this, it says the mayor's total filter calls on the city cell phone is 461.
Okay.
And to Holly during 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. is 202.
Which is the business hours part.
No, Holly Holman, after business hours is 131. Christmas and New Year's holidays, 16.
Merry Christmas.
Holly on the weekend, 105. Other people during business hours, 28. And then the other folks, non-business hours, is 3. So I'm guessing that their other people is your...
Yes.
Fire is Chief Hand, Chief Presnell, the Streets Department, Bradford, and then the sanitation.
So say that again. So during normal business hours from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the...
No, basically, here's an easier way. There's 461 calls.
Okay.
31 is everyone else. So 430 are all Holly.
That seems like a lot to me.
Yeah.
And that seems like if you were talking to somebody that much at work, I'd have to ask some questions. That seems like a very excessive amount because, I mean, she's not his secretary. He has a secretary. It's like we're talking that much during business hours. Okay. But then we're talking a whole lot after 6 p.m.
Well, I mean, there was several.
Well.
I remember Tim telling us, I mean, sometimes, like, it'd be from, 5 to 6:30 on the phone, or at night, at 11 o'clock at night for,
Sending
30
pictures
minutes.
and stuff like that.
And here's the thing. People don't want to see what they don't want to see.
Exactly.
This is a widespread affair. People know about it. A lot of people choose to turn their heads. People choose to be oblivious if they want to. But the fact that this continues to be swept under the rug is insane to me. I just
and the
don't
fact
understand
people want to almost call us out for, again, asking questions and merely pointing out things that are guys, this is right underneath our noses. It's not even hidden at this point. So it's it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to ask questions. And again, if this was, if he was having an affair with anybody outside of City Hall, non-employee, non-direct report employee, I mean, I hate to say
honestly,
it, it wouldn't be as big a deal.
Look, I mean, like, you know, people put, you know, the president, the mayors, politicians, preachers on a pedestal. Like, should they be having an affair? No. I mean, morally, it looks wrong, but I don't care about your sex life.
I mean, this is kind of like the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky level of working together. Really, there's a larger age gap between Holly and the mayor than it was between the other two.
Let's talk about it at a state level. We had like Robert Bentley.
Correct. Yeah, the same situation.
I mean, he was impeached, and I think that's where my issue is that we are using city resources to essentially fund this relationship. You know,
not only that, but let's talk about the fact that he's tried to continually promote her as well. That's another issue.
That's another thing, like essentially making her like deputy mayor. I am glad that the council, even though all the council knows about this affair, like every one of them know, but at least they saw like this might really make us look bad.
That's probably one of the last times something got voted down, actually.
Yeah. Well, and the mayor was pissed.
He was. And like I say, you can watch the video. Again, we're not asking you to believe us. Go look at it yourself.
Yeah. He gets very testy. He's very upset
about it. I believe he says, I have an open door policy. We've already budgeted for this.
And nobody's come to talk to me. Scoffed. But yeah, I mean, and then they, you know, hire so she can get so he spends the next year or 9 months, I guess, because I think she was promoted in like February.
January, February. Mm-hmm.
And they promote her to manager, and so they hire an employee for her, Justin, who looks like a stooge walking around. Literally, Justin is never anywhere by himself.
Nope.
He literally always, it's like Holly, either Holly's got a control problem or they just hired him and just so that she could be, quote, a manager and get...
Well, that's where my money would be.
Yeah, mine too.
And, you know, even if he was the third wheel, it would look better than them always going around just the Holly and the mayor.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Justin don't travel with them. You know, it's funny.
He does. He goes to lunch with them, but he chooses to be that stupid. But, anyways, that is all that we have got on our agenda today. So, till next time, guys.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Limestone Lowdown, where we break down the issues, keep you informed, and give you facts straight from the source. Remember, your voice matters. Your vote counts, and your community thrives when we stay engaged. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay involved. Until next time, keep questioning, keep advocating, and keep shaping the future of the Limestone area. We'll see you on the next Limestone Lowdown.